By Andrew Whitehead is Taking America Back for God, Christian Nationalism in the United States. It looks at the Christian nationalism movement. Andrew is at the Center for the Study of Religion and American Culture at Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis, and he joins us now. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So, for those who don't know, explain what Christian nationalism is.
Yeah, Christian nationalism that my co-author Sam Perry and I study is a desire to see the national identity of America closely fused with a particular strain of Christian identity. So they want to see an America that is distinctively Christian in its public policies, its national identity, and its sacred symbols, from the top all the way down to the bottom in everything that we do.
And how does that differentiate from evangelical Christians?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's one thing that we really get to in our work to try and provide a little bit more precision, because a lot of times when we're talking about religion in America, we'll talk about evangelicals, but what we find over and over in our work is that really it's much more precise to talk about Christian nationalism, because once we account for Christian nationalism, this desire to see the United States as a distinctively Christian nation, the differences between evangelicals and other religious groups actually disappears. And so we have a lot of evangelicals who do believe that the U.S. should be distinctively Christian, but about 20% actually reject or resist that ideology. So in this sense, what we're really looking at across religious traditions, again, is this desire to see Christianity privileged above other religious groups, and making sure that it has access to power within the government and at all levels.
Is that painting all Christians with kind of a broad brush? Because in any subgroup, not all people think alike.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And actually, I think it provides more precision to talk in terms of Christian nationalism. So when we survey Americans all across the U.S., large national surveys, and we ask them questions like, do you believe that the U.S. Should be distinctively Christian, or that God has a special plan for the U.S., we see that Americans differ in their responses to those all across the spectrum. Some embrace it very strongly, some resist or reject it. And once we're able to account for those differences all across the spectrum, we're able to see just how that ideology and that belief system encourages them to see the world in a particular way. So when we look at Christians in America, many of them embrace this idea, but some maybe are more friendly towards it, but are a little uncomfortable. Some embrace it really strongly. And so in talking in terms of Christian nationalism, we're able to understand the polarization that we see in politics and in our public sphere, with much more precision, rather than just saying all evangelicals or all Catholics or anything like that.
I imagine that things have changed quite a bit over the last decade or so. You say in your research that you used data collected over the last few decades. So what kind of data did you look at?
Yeah, so we used a number of different national surveys, two in particular. One was the Baylor Religion Survey, where we gathered data in 2007 and in 2017. We were able to compare across the last decade. We also used the General Social Survey, which is collected by a group there in Chicago with you all, and that really is a gold standard, and that data has been collected since the 1970s. And in using different measures of Christian nationalism, we're able to track just how this cultural framework becomes more broadly accepted at certain points and maybe actually dies down a little bit at certain periods. But what we're finding is that over the last decade, Christian nationalism has stayed relatively at similar levels, but has been a very important aspect of understanding why Americans vote the way they do when they go to the polls, how they see their family life, and how they interpret issues that we're trying to understand in our world today, like racial inequality or immigration and refugees.
So Joe Biden will be our second Catholic president, inauguration tomorrow. How will that affect the country?
Yeah, I think that this is something that, with all that's been happening, because we're going through a lot of really important historical moments, that really hasn't gotten a lot of attention, the fact that he is our second Catholic president. And so it'll be interesting to watch and see how Americans respond to that and think through that. And for many of those Americans that were excited when President Trump won and that embraced this idea of a Christian nation, how they respond to Joe Biden. We've seen seen a little bit of that in our surveys, where Americans that strongly embrace Christian nationalism maybe to some extent don't believe that President Biden is a true Christian because he doesn't embrace this idea that Christianity should be privileged. And so that's something that my co-author Sam Perry and I will be looking at and thinking through in the coming years.
All right, again, the book is called Taking America Back for God, and you can follow Andrew Whitehead on Twitter. There's his Twitter information. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, send a note to Pat and Paul.